Professor Wergel is here. Let's talk about these print statements. So if I scroll out just a little bit so you can see the overall flow, I have the first print on line 25. You'll see that here, first log equal to Pikachu. And then the next one is going to be the fourth log, which is right here on line 40. So what's going to happen is HTML will load sequentially. It's going to load the doc type, the HTML, the head. It's going to set the title, load the external CSS. It's going to load this script tag. It's going to load the variable. It's going to print. It's going to load this function, but it's not going to execute. Then it's going to go to the next line. It's going to load this line. So it's going to be the fourth log. And then it's going to load the next line, which is the fifth log. So you'll see first, fourth, and fifth. Now fifth, which is on line 43, let me do a refresh here. You'll see trainer is not defined. So it tried to run this line of code. Trainer is not defined, so the code threw an error. But it doesn't crash the code. The code will continue. So the script's done loading. The head's done loading. It's going to execute the body. Now the body's on load function will be triggered when the body's finished loading. So it's going to load this div. Then it's going to come down here to this script tag, and it's going to load this print. So the sixth log will load, which is why you see that next. And then the seventh log will load. However, the seventh log is using trainer, so you're going to see an error on line 58, which is the next one. So the seventh log tried to load, but failed because we're using a local variable. Now the script tag's finished. Now the body's finished. Once the body's finished loading, we're going to trigger this onLoad event, which is going to execute the page loaded function. So now we're going to come back up here, and we're going to go to page loaded. Page loaded has the second log. So here you'll see the second log is next. It's going to try to load Pikachu. It's going to load the variable trainer, set it equal to Nick, and then it's going to load the third log. So we're going to print out the third log here. And that's why you see the order of the prints this way. So it's going to go first. It's going to load this function but not execute. It's going to go fourth, fifth. It's going to go sixth, seventh. Then it's going to hit the on-page load. Then it's going to go second and then third. Okay, so that's why you see the order. You'll actually see an exam question like this or a quiz question like this. I'm going to show you the code, and I'm going to ask you what the order of the print statements are going to be. You're going to want to understand how JavaScript executes. It executes sequentially because HTML is executed sequentially. And then if I have an event, after the page is loaded, it's going to go back up and execute that function, which is why the print statements are out of order. If I were to take this function away and just have all prints, then they would be in order as you would see the code. But since I put it in a function, and this is a function declaration, it's loaded, but it's not executed until the function is called, which in this case, it's called on the onLoad event. Hopefully that is clear. We're going to go back to the slides. We're going to take a look at the onClick event, and then we'll take a look at a coding example. Stick with Professor Wergeles, and we'll see you in the next video.